Hi guys, just going to try printing with PETG. I bought this last year, I think it was, certainly quite a while ago, specifically to print some helicopter blades for one of my helicopters. Never got round to it. I want to print something, I think it's called a knock. It's a little bit of plastic, a notch thing for one of the kites now. And I thought it would be an ideal subject just to try the PETG out. The settings will be, when they've settled down, 70 degrees on the bed and 240 on the nozzle. Now it is a glass bed which does have a coating on it to make it release when the bed cools down. But I do also put glue on it quite regularly, and I've put a little layer on there now just out of habit. So I've no idea what's going to happen, whether it's going to grip or not. Elmer's glue is what I put on there. It's more of a release agent rather than intending to hold the stuff on there. This will take about 90 minutes to print. I just thought I'd watch the first few layers go down. There's already a bit of a mistake there. It's still got a bit of colour in it because the previous filament was orange PETG, orange PLA, whereas this is translucent white PETG. So I just thought I'd watch it for the first layer, see what happens. I'm printing a fairly flat disc object and a tall, thin, I say tall, 20mm tall, thin tube. So there's a good chance the tube will fall over. And the first layer is certainly there anyway. I don't like the way that we've got a bit of a string going across it from the initial skirt around the outside. But that could be the old PLA mixed in with it, causing a problem for just the first bit. I guess I ought to stop watching, go and have a cup of tea and come back again. It's only a 90-minute print. And I am doing a time lapse of it anyway, so I'll be able to watch it back and see when it fails, if it fails. Yeah, we'll come back later and see how it's got on. Well, before I even got out the room, I could see that the little circle that was at this end has been pulled out the way, so it hasn't stuck properly. I'll stop the print, I'll manually turn the temperature of the bed up higher, and I'll clean that glue off in case the glue was actually preventing it sticking properly. I don't know if we can actually see that little circle has moved out of position. Yeah, that's come loose. Okay, well, we'll try it with a hotter bed, see if that helps. Right, I've manually set it to 250 for the nozzle and 80 for the bed. So we'll watch it, see what happens. Now that's making a noise like I need to re-level the bed. Well, that'd be annoying. If this doesn't work, I'll have to print it with a raft underneath it. Well, we'll come back later, see what's happened. Right, it's finished printing, and that failed straight away as soon as I touched it. But I think that may have been my design, looking at that. Well, we'll check the dimensions, see if it's actually the right size for what I wanted. That piece, is that going to lift off? Not easily. Bed's still quite hot, so it's only just finished printing. I better leave it to cool down properly. Right, so we'll be printing that bit again anyway. Because one reason for printing it out of PETG is I wanted the extra strength. But I'm looking at that, and I reckon that's my design. Because I joined the cone bit on the top of the shaft bit, and I bet I didn't overlay it far enough, so it's got a gap in it, invisible in the design, but when it actually prints it, it's there. Yeah, okay. On the positive side, it looks like the other piece I printed was perfect. That's what it's for, an end cap for this tube. So 50% success rate. This is the tube that I store my carbon fibre rods in. Or fiberglass, as that one says. There's carbon fibre in there as well. Carbon fibre, yeah, that one's carbon fibre. Where did I get them from? Anyway, I was looking at these, looking at my stock to try and fix the kites, because one of them's missing several spars. But they're 3mm spars, and these are 2.5mm, which will probably still do the job for where they are. So we might be able to get that kite working. Just for the record, that's the bit that I printed. But those little pointy bits have fallen straight off. It looks like it's a bit too tight a fit anyway, so I've got to make that hole bigger. I think somebody's told me in the past that PETG does shrink when it cools down, because that hole was over 5mm, just over 5mm, and that bar is just under 5mm. And that slides over there, and then it goes over there like that, and holds it all in place. As I say, that hole has shrunk, but that would still work even just like that, because all it needs is that little notch on the end there just to hold that in place. So that piece will work. I will reprint it, redesign it and reprint it with a bigger hole so it fits properly. But that's not all lost. That would still do the job if we needed it to, if we were desperate. I could just drill that out with a 5mm drill and put it on there. Yeah, 5mm drill bit will not fit in there at the moment, so we'll just drill it out and that should fit. So yeah, it will fit, but I'll reprint it the right size and allow for shrinkage. Just printed it again. Oh, that's hot. It literally has just finished. But I got rid of the little gap that I'd left in there. I won't do anything to it until it's cooled down. Don't want to push me luck. 53 minutes, 56 seconds just for that little bit. Right, so that's the new piece, freshly off the printer. I'm probably too generous with the hole that time, but that'll be okay. But if I print it a third time, I'll make that hole slightly smaller. I actually made that 6mm that time. So 5mm rod inside a 6mm hole. More than enough space. And then that will go on there. And that will hold it in place. No idea how strong that will be. I've never used PETG before. Anyway, this little bit I'm showing as part of a separate video on printing with PETG. I'll probably use the same clip for the main video, actually repairing this kite. So I've got to do some sewing as well, to sew up some of the bits that the threads come loose at the other end. But that'll do for this video. Job done. And hopefully in focus. Thanks for watching. You'll always find more information down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. You might like to subscribe just here. Over here is my latest video on my channel. And down below is a playlist related to what you've just been watching. Thanks again for watching.